become a global pandemic, with the United States leading the pack as the fattest nation on Earth. A whopping 55% of Americans are heavy enough to seriously endanger their health and shorten their lives.
This is a time bomb. It is an epidemic. There is no better definition of the current situation.
And the social repercussions of obesity can...
At his heaviest, Ricky Naputi weighed an estimated 900 pounds, nearly 65 stone. Super obese, he was among the world's fattest men. Now he's fighting for his life. Ricky lives on Guam, a paradise island in the Pacific Ocean. But for the last 5 years, he's been a prisoner in this room. Ricky and wife Cheryl know that unless he gets the medical help he desperately needs, he will die.
I'm so depressed. Every single day I can't even get up and walk, I can't even shower, I can't even do nothing for myself.
Addicted to food, can Ricky find a way to lose weight before it's too late?
You name it. I've done it.
And it's not only a grown-up problem. Childhood obesity is up 54% in 6 to 11-year-olds, and 25% of all children in the U.S. are now considered obese.
The longer a child is overweight, the more likely they are to have permanent weight problems when they're adults.
The problem of pediatric obesity goes across all lines, all ethnic backgrounds.
But obesity can be conquered through innovative surgery, radical lifestyle modification, and childhood intervention.
If you can't beat them, join them. That's the mentality one mom had when her daughter began losing weight at a rapid rate. Dolly Jenkinson watched as her daughter Ruth began to wither away, only agreeing to eat certain food and only eating food with a certain amount of calories. Eventually, Dolly decided that if she got into it with her daughter, maybe she could control it more. When she bare it all in a billboard campaign highlighting her anorexia. She appeared in posters which were banned in many countries to raise awareness to the disease and to also try and warn young girls of the danger. Her eating disorder began when she was 13 years old and followed her into her career as a model. She ultimately ended up losing her fight when she died in 2010 at the age of 28. She died of an acute respiratory illness that doctors believe was brought.
What is obesity? Obesity, a term used to describe body weight that is much greater than what is considered healthy. If you're obese, you have a much higher amount of body fat than is healthy or desirable.
What is anorexia? Anorexia, eating disorder characterized by refusal to maintain a healthy body and an excessive fear of gaining weight due to a distorted self-image.
What is a specified real-life situation? America is the fattest country in the world. Many people aren't very physically active. One reason for this is that many people spend their hours in front of TVs, or also the lack of exercise due to resources of transportation being provided for one's destination. Technology is becoming more advanced, and people are starting to get more lazy. This is taking an effect on our younger generation. The role of diet in the U.S. obesity epidemic is obviously major, but it's also complex. Consumers are sending widely mixed messages when it comes to what to eat and how much. As for what is driving America's chronic weight problem, it's due to the lack of one's perception of how one wants to look.
How one sees their body in the mirror isn't how it looks to the outside world. Anorexia, an eating disorder that many people are also going through due to the lack of eliminating most foods in their diet.
So to conclude this, anorexia and obesity is both. To what extent is obesity and eating disorders an ethical problem of public health? Claims for obesity and eating disorders. Abnormally slow heart rate and low blood pressure, which mean that the heart muscle is changing. The risk for heart failure rises as the heart rate and blood pressure levels sink lower and lower. Reduction of bone density, which results in dry, brittle bones. Severe dehydration, which can result in kidney failure. Fainting, fatigue, and overall weakness. Counterclaims for obesity and eating disorders. Almost all countries, high income and low income alike, are experiencing an anorexia and obesity epidemic. Significant long-term weight loss is a practical goal and will improve health. The data linking overweight and obesity to adverse health outcomes are well established and uncontroversial. It is not a disease because the people who are obese can just exercise. They can just lose the weight or gain the weight that they've gained/lost over the years. What areas of knowing and ways of knowing will work well for this topic?
Emotion and perception. Emotion, anorexia. When they see a petite small child, they believe she/he are unhealthy. Skinny girls/boys have low esteem because they are faced with bullies and negative comments about their appearance. The solution? Losing weight resulting in anorexia. What you perceive of your body and feel about yourself is what determines what you will do with your body. Perception, anorexia. The citizens in the U.S. are influenced by the media. Seeing how models are projecting themselves, people see them as a symbol of beauty. With the stereotype that only skinny people work in the media world and are shown off and presented more, it is a response to a complex mix of cultural, social, psychological, and biological influences unique to each person. Emotion, obesity. People who are obese can't accept the fact that they are obese, so they try not to speak up and look for help, which therefore their obesity to worsen. Heart attacks, diabetes, cholesterol, and death. Perception, obesity. Obesity is caused by the media, internet, and video games. Kids mostly using these resources will just sit there not doing any movement instead of doing something productive. Media presents fast food, restaurants equaling unhealthy. So to conclude this presentation, my implications are that obesity and anorexia can lead to illness and sudden death. Individual self-esteem lowers, equaling depression. Beauty will become a threat for humans' lives.